I'm back in the same t-shirt because I'm filming this right after I done the mummy tag part 2 because everybody's occupied and Mark's way out. So we're going to fire through these. Pro-life versus pro-choice. I am definitely all about the choice. It's a hard one. Something could happen that would make you not want to have the baby, whether that be the baby's life or your life in danger. But I definitely think you should have the choice to make on your own whether you want to have this baby or not. I think the people in countries that you don't get that choice in is just, it's horrible. It really is. Circumcision. Again, I've never seen a real live one, I suppose, that's been circumcised. But again, I don't know why you'd want to inflict that on your child at all, regardless if it's for religious reasons or not. If there's an actual issue that has to be removed for, then okay, fine, crack on with it. If that's going to be detrimental to the child or the guy, then fine, fair enough. But just going and getting it chopped off because you feel like it, nah, I don't agree with that at all. Adoption. I'm all for adoption, you know, for people that can't have kids or just want to give homeless children a home and a loving family. I am all for it. I do know people that have tried to go through the adoption process, and I think, you know, they need to make sure that the people that are adopting these children are 100% and more able to look after them. However, I think some of the hurdles that people have got to go through to get the children, to be able to adopt the children in the first place, is hard. I think it could be slightly easier. But I'm definitely all for adoption. Ear piercing on a baby, no. I'm totally against ear piercing on a baby. I've not got Holly's ears pierced. She's now 4. I've not got Charlotte's ears pierced. She's 7 months, I think. If Holly and Charlotte get to the point where they say, "Mum, can I get my ears pierced?" I will go and take them and get their ears pierced. But until that point, I am not inflicting that sort of stuff. I mean, it's not nice getting your ears pierced. I mean, I've got mine pierced twice. I've not got my second one's in just now, and it's sore. It's really, really sore. So I definitely would not get that done to my baby. Breast milk versus formula milk. Age-old debate, isn't it? I fed both mine for 6 weeks breastfed, and then both times my milk just disappeared, so we switched on to formula bottles, and there was absolutely no difference in the way they progressed or the way they grew. There was nothing different between having breastfed and bottle fed. I know people that were breastfed as children that are the same age as me, and they're no better than what I am. They've not got better jobs, they're no more intelligent, they're just, I don't see a difference, I don't. And the fact that people still debate over this and still try and force mothers to breastfeed, I think is absolutely ridiculous. Fed is best, in my opinion. As long as your baby is fed and your baby is thriving, who cares how you fed them? Me breastfeeding personally was a personal choice I made because it made me feel closer to the baby. I think it helped me bond with the baby more. So that was a personal choice, but I had no problem whatsoever swapping out of bottles and formula feeding, and I'll have no problem with other people formula feeding either. Spanking. Or getting your bum slapped, as we say up here in Scotland. I don't agree with pulling their trousers down and giving them a good old smack and leaving a big red handprint on their bums. I don't agree with that at all. I personally, as a child, was never smacked. However, I think occasions do call for them to have their hands kind of maybe just lightly tapped a bit, or having their bums tapped through their trousers and stuff, but I certainly don't agree with proper whipping your pants down and giving them a good old slap. Co-sleeping. We never had anything to co-sleep with. We never planned on co-sleeping, but I mean, the kids do come out of the bed. I mean, Charlotte once or twice now in the mornings if she's been up crying and you know she's just crying because she's woke up. Take her in, cuddle her in and get her to go back to sleep. Holly is constantly sneaking through into the bed and getting cuddled in, whether it be at night or it be in the morning, or she comes through to wake me up at 6:30 and I drag her into the bed with me and cuddle her in and take her back to sleep. But no, it was never, co-sleeping was never part of how we wanted to sleep really. Home versus public school versus chartered school. I'm assuming chartered school's like boarding school. I went to public school, Mark went to public school, the kids will go to public schools. I know people that go to private schools. Yes, I think they do have a better start at the education. I think obviously because it's choice pupils sort of thing that go, there's a lot less distraction in the classes, in my opinion. But I done fine at public school, Mark done fine at public school. I know people that are lawyers that went to public schools. I know people that are jobless and have been jobless since they left school and went to public school. So I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with any of them. I mean, if I had money I would send them, I certainly wouldn't send them to boarding school, but I would, if we had the money I would send them to private school. Then again, I've not got a problem with them going to public school either. Injections and immunisations. Yeah, I'm all for injections and immunisations. I mean, the kids both got immunised. Charlotte's just recently had her last lot. Holly, I don't think it's done again until she's like 14 or something. But I don't see the point in not doing it. The stuff's there to prevent the illnesses to begin with. So why put your baby at risk? Why put other people's babies at risk? I mean, if you don't get your baby done against measles, they've got measles and come into contact with a newborn, that newborn's going to get measles as well. You're kind of going to cause epidemics. So I have no problems with vaccinations. I think if you're one of these people who don't want to get your MMR jab because of the side effects it could have, that's your choice really, isn't it? My choice personally is to vaccinate and protect my children and as many other children as I can against diseases that are preventable. Medicating children. It depends what kind of medication you're talking about. If you're talking about their teething, so you give them Calpol, I'm all for that. Antibiotics from the doctor, all for that. What I have seen though is in planes, adults giving their children adult medication to knock them out on long haul flights. I do not agree with that. I don't think giving your child any sort of antihistamine to make them sleep on a flight is right. There's other ways you can keep them sort of under control on the plane for 8 hours while you're on your way to Florida. I don't agree with that. But giving them some Calpol or painkillers or antibiotics that are prescribed by the doctor, I have no problem with. It's just like if you had toothache, you just go sit there with toothache. Don't think so. Cloth versus disposable nappies. We have used disposable with both ours. I did look into the reusable ones. You get the fancy wee coloured pants that you put on them and then you get the liners that you put inside. But to get the amount that you would need to have on a day-to-day basis while having a lot of them in the washing was just so unbelievably expensive. Terry towel and nappies, not really for me. I don't fancy having to scrape somebody's poo out of a nappy and then having to boil wash them constantly. If the disposable ones with the liners and the fancy little pants had been cheaper, then yes, I probably would have done that. And I mean, I know they would have been cheaper in the long run, but yeah, when you're a new mum at 24, you've not got the money to be, well, and certainly in the jobs that we have, we didn't have the money to be able to buy the amount that we needed for to keep everybody happy and going. So, you know, you want to do whatever you want to do, but personally, over that, we chose disposable nappies. The cry it out technique. We have used the cry it out technique, not so much with the little one, but more with Holly at bedtime. It was pretty much cry, I think it's called cry or comply as well. We used that. If you know your baby is only tired, okay, you've gave your baby a cuddle, you know, you've sugared them, they're still not going to sleep. You know your baby's tired, you know your baby's fed, you know your baby's bum's changed, you know that there's nothing sore or hurting them, I see no harm in lying your baby down in their bed and letting them cry for a bit and letting them go to sleep. When this one started, when Charlotte started sleeping through the night, at night now, we just take her either onto our bed and lie her on our bed, or we take her through into her crib and we lie her in her crib, still awake, after her bottle, and we leave her there and she sends herself to sleep. Holly done the same thing. With Holly it was slightly harder, she did cry a bit, so I suppose you could call it the cry out technique. But again, we knew she was just tired, we knew there was absolutely nothing else that was wrong with her. If you have any inclination or any thought that there could be something else wrong with them, go to them. I mean, go to them, cuddle them, make sure they're okay. But for us, the cry out technique definitely worked. We didn't leave her lying crying for like an hour or half an hour at a time. It was normally about 15-20 minutes, and at the 15-minute mark, that's when I would start getting antsy and be like, right, okay, I need to go get her now. But you know, you pick them up, give them a cuddle, put them back down, let them go. I have no problem. I know that is a really, really controversial one, but I personally have no problems with it. So that is it for the controversial mum tag. I have no idea who I'm going to tag for the controversial mum tag, so I will add like an end slate at the end of this with a list of people that I'm tagging that I don't think have done it yet, and I will also link them down below as to people I don't think have done it yet. I need to say thanks to Sam for tagging me in this, and I will also tag her down below in the description. You should go check her out. I love her channel, she's so funny. And I will see you next time. Bye!